time at Dish With Dee. That's me. It is a collab time again. It's been a while since we did a collab, but I'm happy to report that this one is hosted by none other than Weight Watchers with Carrie. Welcome back, Carrie, and B from B's Journey. We got together with these questions because we know a lot of people are struggling on plan, and we just wanted to offer our support. So there is a whole list of everybody who's participating with their links in the description box below. Go check out their links, go check out their channels, go check out their content. If you're struggling on plan, I rest assured that there's somebody down there you could relate to. And if you're coming from my channel to their channel, let them know that Dish With Dee sent you. And if you're new here, welcome to Dish With Dee. I am Dee. I dish. I talk all Weight Watchers in this channel. It is 24/7 Weight Watchers. We do lives to discuss our day. We do food hacks to enjoy high, rich, delicious food for very low points. And we do lots of just support here. So I like to call myself the all-around WWF fun channel. So if that's the kind of content you're looking for, then I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. You want to hear a little bit about me? I am Denise. I've been on Weight Watchers for several years. I've lost a total of 116 pounds, mostly on the WW Blue Plan Freestyle. I've been struggling my whole life. I am 54 years old and I've been heavy for 45 years. So for me to be sitting here at goal is unbelievable. So I just want to say, if I can get here at this age, so can you. And I'm here to help you along and show you what I've learned. And I talk about that. I talk real here. I don't talk fluff. I talk nitty gritty and dirty. You know, it's like this journey is sometimes gritty, sometimes sad. There's crying, there's pain, but there's also joy. So there's a lot of emotions that go through this. So we're very real here on this channel. We're very blunt here on this channel because I don't sugarcoat things, because you want to hear the truth. You need to hear the truth, and I'm the one that's going to give it to you. So let's get started with these questions. And the first one is, this video is about inspiring people to get back on track. Please share with our viewers if you have been struggling over the past 6 months to a year. Share that length of time. Did you gain weight? Did you lose? Did you maintain? Well, when COVID first hit, I was at goal. I reached goal in December of 2019, and I hit lifetime at January of 2020. So I only had a few weeks in when COVID shut down our meetings. They shut them down, I believe it was in March. So I was under my goal by 2 pounds. My goal was 156. I did get a 10-pound doctor's note, just to put that out there, because realistically, I know what I can maintain. That was important to me at my age, not to be struggling with a number, because numbers are paralyzing. We know that. So for me, I had to have something that was realistic. I'm not a 20-year-old. I'm 54 years old. So honestly, to be sitting where I'm at is a miracle in itself. So to ask anything more of myself, and do I want to spend the rest of my life struggling to maintain an unmaintainable weight at my age? No. So I definitely picked a maintainable goal. So once COVID hit, I started to see the scale go up. And it wasn't going up by 2 or 3 pounds, but I could see a steady incline because I wasn't getting weighed in. You know, when you don't have that accountability that you're used to, you tend to just like kind of let it loose a little bit. So I knew things could get worse if I didn't take control. So what I did was, on my channel here, I invented, discovered, created is the word I'm looking for, a GlamSquad. It's just, I needed to start exercising. Let me put that out there. I lost all 116 pounds with 0 exercise. So I thought, well, this is something I can incorporate maybe to help me maintain this. So what I did was I put it out to my subscribers. I said, hey, I need accountability. I need to start, doing something. Who wants to do this? Who needs to take back their journeys? So we created what we call GlamSquad. We meet Monday through Friday on Zoom for a 20-minute Leslie Sandstone exercise video. Because you couldn't go to a gym, you couldn't go anywhere. But you missed working out with people, because we're people. We need connections with people. So GlamSquad was born, and I have been doing it ever since. It was a year in April. So here we are in July, and GlamSquad's still going strong. People have come and gone, but you know what? The core people are still there. So if you're interested in checking out GlamSquad, it costs you nothing. You just join my Facebook group, Dish With Dee's Crew, which is linked in the description box below, after you subscribe to my channel, of course. and you can join GlamSquad. The link, everything is there. I don't post anything here on YouTube because, you know, trolls. So that was my way of staying on plan. And I wind up losing like 4 pounds doing that, and I kept it off. Then you know, the year went by. I was good. I was always within my goal. And then this past April, I got my, and I'm going to say this, and I know I'm going to get slammed, but I don't care. Got my COVID vaccine, and ever since then, I've put on 4 pounds. So I am now, well, actually I put on 6 pounds. I'm lying, because yeah, I was 2 pounds under goal, so I put on 6 pounds. So I'm now 4 pounds above my goal. And I am struggling with those 4. I'm not going to say struggling, because it's just 4 pounds. I don't want to make light of that some people have 50 and 60 and 70 pounds to lose. So my 4 pounds are chicken feed, and I know that. But that is what I'm struggling with to get off. It's funny because I went back to my meetings and I was good all through COVID. And when they opened up, I was up 4 pounds. I just thought that was a bit, you know, but I still do my Leslie. I still track all my food. I just keep doing, I switched to purple just to, you know, give myself a little bit of a change. I just keep doing the plan. I don't think about it. I kind of, you know, try not to stress about it, because the more you stress about it, the more you just don't do well. So pretty much I mean, 4 pounds to me is the same. Honestly, I'm not going to sit there and say, oh my God, I'm 4 pounds. I'm really over my, it's not that bad, honestly. I just need to get the 4 pounds off. So that's what I'm working with. Sharing your numbers. I started my journey at 270, and I'm only a little under 5'4". So 270 is a lot of weight. Goal was never an option. I just wanted to lose 100 pounds to get in Wonderland. That was always my goal. I've been through several versions of Weight Watchers and always lost 50 pounds. So when I got down to 185, I was like, wow, I only have to lose 30 pounds. Now, when you're looking at 120 pounds, 30 is a doable number. Like, and when you look at that, let's go back to that 120 pounds. When I went in there knowing I had to lose that was an overwhelming feeling. And I know that feeling very well. So I experienced it. And how did you handle it? I just broke it down. I didn't think of it as 120 pounds. I thought of it as, let's see what I can do this week. And if I got 2 pounds off, let's see if I can get 2 more pounds to get to 4 pounds. And when I got to 4, let me see if I can get 1 more pound next week to get to 5 pounds. I just broke it into little chunks. And then all of a sudden it was 25 pounds off, 35 pounds. And then nobody really noticed it, honestly, till I probably had 40 pounds off. Did people start saying to me, oh, you're losing weight? I was a big girl, so it took a lot for people to notice, and that's perfectly normal. But yeah, so the more you just do the plan. I gave up the time limit. I didn't sit there and say, I want to lose this in 8 months or a year. I just kept doing the plan. And that was the one thing I never have done before. Normally I would just leave. All right, I'm done. You know, I just can't do it anymore. I thought, you know what, let's just stick with it. Let's just chip away. So in about a little over 2.5 years, I lost 116 pounds. And I made lifetime, and I made a goal and lifetime. So I'm living proof that if you just stick with it and take your baby steps, you can achieve it. I didn't, you know, I never denied myself. I never starved myself. I eat 3 meals a day with snacks. I eat all my points. Don't eat my weeklies all the time. Sometimes I do, not most times I don't. But I definitely own my dailies if I need to. I mean, if I don't, I don't, but I don't sit there and not eat them on purpose because I'm afraid. You have those points for a reason, and I definitely think if you want them, you should eat them. Always start off that way. Always start off that way. Are you back on plan now? Yes, I have. I've always been on plan. You have those weeks where you have like, you know, like those weekends at Bernie's, you just don't remember. I've had a few weekends like that, and honestly, I'm going to have weekends like that. I think it's kind of normal just to have a binge weekend. I haven't had one. I've been good for the last 3 weeks because I had a really bad binge weekend and I got sick. It was bad. You're just not used to eating like that. And then when you do, you just don't feel well. So maybe that was a wake-up call that I needed. But yeah, so I have been on plan. Were you cooking differently when you were off plan? Honestly, I wouldn't say I ever cook different. I just eat more. Calories in, calories out. You could eat a lot of good things and still gain weight. I mean, it's the nature of the beast. It's calories. So no, I don't usually, if I binge or I have bad weekends, I don't like go all out and eat fried food or stuff like that. No, I'd probably just eat more of whatever I'm eating. In fact, when I was 270, I cooked well. I baked everything. I didn't fry things. I just ate a lot. I was a volume eater. And just ate and went back for seconds, and nobody ever told me I shouldn't. So that was always my issue. Or was I eating out more? I eat a lot. I mean, I would eat out anytime somebody asked me. I had a video on that. Some people are afraid to eat out because afraid of how things are prepared. Honestly, you can get your food prepared any way you want when you're out. You just have to tell the waiter, no oil, no butter, no fat, and they will cook it for you. Being on Purple and Blue, there's so many options when you eat out that your lean proteins are zero. You can have a beautiful piece of fish. You can have some grilled chicken. You can have a baked potato. There's nothing wrong with eating out. I feel eating out is not the culprit. Food is never the enemy. It's always we're the enemy. We allow ourselves to eat that too much bread in that bread basket. It's not the bread basket's fault. It's we going into that bread basket. If the bread basket bothers you, tell them not to bring it. I pass it down to the boys. I say, here, take it. If it's not in front of me, I very rarely will go past them to get it. So I think a lot of us tend to blame restaurant food or just blame food. We're eating it. We're in charge of our bodies. So we have to take control. That's a hard thing. It's a hard thing. I'm not going to lie. That's not easy. You have to practice it. My leader calls it the muscle. It's a muscle of discipline. You have to. And I think because we deny ourselves so many things that we feel like we're owed that. I'm owed that. I was good today. It's like the binge day. People have binge days on their weigh-in day because they feel they're owed that. I was good all week. I deserve this. Well, you do, but you have to make up for that. So I've learned that the binge days didn't work for me anymore. I would have that, the non-track day on the weigh-in day. I'm going to eat what I want, eat what I want, eat what I want. It comes time and you have to take 2 to 3 days to make up for all you ate on that weigh-in day. And then the scale's not going to give you the great rewards that you had a great week, but because you ate your face off on Saturday, you got to work that off before you can work off anything else. So I realized I fit food in all during the week. I fit my treats in. I don't sit there and say I'm not having dessert because it's Wednesday. If I want dessert on Wednesday, I find a way to fit that in. I have low point desserts. I have mug cakes. You see them on the channel here. I have delicious chocolate cakes, little loaf cakes. I'm a one and done kind of gal because I'm an overeater. So if that cake is sitting in there, yeah, I'm going to go back and have another piece. But if I made a mug cake, it's only one and done, so I can't go back. Would I make another one? Well, it's highly unlikely. But I like things that I can make a little cheesecake in a mug, a cake in a mug, a muffin in a mug. This way it's done. If I want that 2 and 3 point dessert, I could have it. If I want that little 4 or 5 point Built Bar, I've earned it. But yeah, I'm not going to sit there and say, well, it's Wednesday. Yeah. No, if you want something, find a way to fit it in. And fit it in, don't fit it in every day. I'm a person that doesn't have treats every day because treats don't taste as good when you have them often. Treats, like when you're eating this mug cake every day, it becomes like, no, I don't want that mug cake anymore. It doesn't have that, surprise deliciousness it used to because you've had it every day. Planned days, you're going to have your snacks. I'm going to have my desserts on Tuesday and Saturday, or I'm going to have my desserts on Mondays and Wednesdays. And then when those days, you'll look forward to it and you'll enjoy it and you'll appreciate it more because you haven't had it every day. That's one of the things I've done differently in this journey. All right. Share your thoughts on how you have been doing and what your plan to change, if anything, in the future to come. I just want to enjoy what I'm eating, and I want to keep enjoying what I'm eating, and that's just keeping food fresh. I'm trying new things, like adding a different dipping sauce to your chicken, adding a different herb when you cook something. Fresh herbs change up your recipe totally. Like, I have a repertoire of breakfast. I have pancakes, right? I could change the extracts. I got 10 different extracts in there. That means those pancakes taste 10 different ways. So I never get bored of anything because I have such variety. And variety, I think, keeps you on plan. Like, if you're eating the same things day in and day out, it gets boring. Like, I love overnight oats. And I know on Purple, they're 0 if you make them with the cashew milk. But here's the thing, or 1 point. If I have them every day, it won't be as enjoyable. Oh, I'm having oats. Yeah, I could change the extracts, but I only have oats twice a week because if I have them more than that, I don't want to be bored. I want to be excited. I want to be enthusiastic when I eat my food. I just do. Like this morning I made I called them stuffed blintzes or crepes. It was pancakes that I stuffed with yogurt and sugar-free pudding mix. Totally different, totally changed up my pancakes, and it was interesting. So I try to keep food interesting, lively, and it seems decadent. And it's yogurt and a teaspoon of sugar-free pudding mix. It's not decadent, but it appears to me that it is, and it tasted really good. So you have to keep things like you're eating rich food, even though you're not. I don't ever feel like I'm on a diet. When you see my food, if you've ever watched What I Eat in a Day on Instagram or TikTok, that's like, you're like, wow, that's what I say in my video. That's me doing Weight Watchers. I put What I Eat in a Days up here once a week of those montages that I put up there. And everybody says, oh, wow, that's what you're eating. Yes, that's what I'm eating. TikTok hack wraps. I'm eating a pizza wrap. I'm eating fantastic, enjoyable food that I don't feel like I'm on a diet. Like if you treat this like a diet, you're not going to maintain it, and it's not going to be enjoyable, and you're not going to continue it. You want it to be a lifestyle. And in lifestyle, you have treats, you have fun food. That's what makes life go around. And if you treat it like a diet, you're just going to stagnate, and you're going to binge, you're going to go off, you're going to get bored. And that's what I don't want. I don't want to see the boredom. I'm yet to be bored. I don't know. Okay. Give your best tips on getting back on plan and maybe struggling. If you're struggling, and I know because I've been there, you're in a pit and you feel like you can't see the top. Simplify it. Try not to do everything all at once. Like, oh, I'm going to eat this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to join a gym. You do too many things. You can't do everything. Honestly, I didn't exercise at all. I didn't even attempt that. Well, I couldn't at 270, but you don't need to exercise to lose weight. That's one more thing that you put on your docket. I'm going to drink 6 glasses of water. Have I drank 6 glasses of water a day? No, I don't do those things that I can't maintain. That's a lot of pressure. Eating good, drinking water, exercise. That's 3 things you have to do just to start your day on the journey. What I always say is plan the night before. I plan my breakfast. Plan it, and then that morning I look and see what we're going to have for dinner protein wise, whether it's going to be ground turkey, ground chicken, ground beef, chicken breast, chicken thighs, pork chops, pork loin, steaks, burgers, I'll decide what we're going to have, and then I'll decide later what I'm going to do with that protein. I can't plan too far. Again, I'm going to plan on. You can't plan everything. People do because that's their way. But you have to find your way and what works for you. Don't try to do somebody else's journey. You need to find out what your journey is and what works for you, and what you want to get out of this, and how much you can put in. Especially if you work a full-time job, how much time do you have to give to your journey? It takes, like I said, grit and determination to get through this. Find a channel, or maybe if you're not a meetings person, I'm a meetings person. I think if you can get to a meeting, you should. But if you can't afford it, you don't have time, find a channel or a community online that you can relate to. I have a fantastic one. I think they're the best community on Facebook and on YouTube. It's just my opinion. And feel free to join us. Join us for the Tea with Dee. Listen to the stories. The stories and the people will inspire you. And that's what you need. You need to it's like, remember Rocky Balboa? You have to get that eye of a tiger back. You have to get that want. And you have to sit there and stop saying, I need to lose 50 pounds in 6 months, because honestly, that's a lot of pressure, and we don't need pressure. You got to take the baby steps, because especially if you're coming off a COVID year, you just got to, and be kind to yourself. Don't blame yourself. Yeah, you ate. That's how you coped. I'm not going to sit there and condemn that, because sometimes food is all we have. Sometimes it's all we have. We have to find other ways or different ways to cope. Maybe there's better foods to cope with, but I can't sit there and tell you negative about that, because that could have been all you have. Food is one of those things that encompasses everything in our life. My leader would say, oh, parties don't revolve around food. I'm going to hear and tell you everything revolves around food. And when you accept that, life is much easier to handle, because you know this ahead of time. You know that gatherings revolve around food. Holidays revolve around food. Get-togethers revolve around food. There's food everywhere. We have to learn how to live in that world, because the world's not going to cater to us. We have to focus and and worry about ourselves and how we could get into those situations and what we could need to do to be successful in those situations. And that's what Dish With Dee, the community, is all about. That's what I vlog about it. There's vlogs on all kinds of information. Go check out some of my prior vlogs. And there's some, like I said, I'm brutally honest, and I don't sugarcoat anything. It is, because this journey is not easy. It's hard. I'm going to tell you that right out of the get-go. Losing 50 to 80 pounds is hard work. Why? Because food is good and it's accessible, and we have to say no to a lot of things, but we can create fabulous foods at home with just some thought, some preparation, and some tips from people like me. I give great ideas and I give great inspiration, and I want you to take from that. That's why I do this channel, because I've learned so much, and I just want to share that with the community out here, because I know how hard it was. I know how I struggled. And if I can make your journey a little bit easier, by Jove, that's what I do. So that's my advice. Find a community and really open up and be honest. Honesty is huge. Like, I, for the longest time, didn't admit I had a weight issue. I know, 270 pounds. I thought I looked good. When I finally said, I have a problem. And I think I learned that I really have an eating disorder. Like, I just can't stop eating. I'm getting better at that. And a food addiction, and I wasn't an emotional eater. I like to eat large volumes of food for no apparent reason. I didn't understand quantities. I would just eat and not know what I'm eating. At least now, weighing and measuring is very important to know what I'm eating. Even if I overeat, I still know what I've eaten. Like, I track at Thanksgiving because I need to know what I've eaten. Doesn't mean I'm not going to go over my points. I just need to know what I've eaten. It's important to know what you've eaten. You can't go into your next meal not knowing what you already had. It's very important to know. Your next day, you want to know what you've eaten the day before. I will never tell you not to have that binge, but I want you to be accountable for it, and I want you to track it and move on. There's been many weeks where I've been in the negative of points. I ate 40 points in banana chips one day. Why? Because I didn't know there were that many points. They were 17 points for a third or a quarter cup. Oh, I had like a cup and a half. Figuring they're banana chips, how bad can they be? Yeah, rookie mistake. My advice is look at it before you eat it. Yeah, so I was in the negative points that week. That wasn't that long ago, just so you know. So yeah, so I've been on this journey for how long, and I still make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Nope. And I think perfection's overrated. My advice is just be better than you were yesterday. That's all you can ask of yourself. Sit there and ask for perfection. You're setting yourself up for failure. You just are. You can only be the best you can be. And yeah, some days aren't always great, and it's okay. You just have to dust yourself off and you hit that reset as many times as you need to, because you know what? That's what life's all about. That's what life's all about. We mess up a lot because we're imperfect people. So as long as you know that about yourself, and you just, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself when you eat something you didn't plan on. Like, oh, I ate that. Why did I eat that? Because you're human, and it was there, and you wanted it. And sometimes we have to answer that want. And there's times where I've looked at something and said no, 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 and I've made that item more better in my mind than it ever was. And then I sit there and then I just go on. Instead of having half, which I would have planned on having, I want to be in the whole thing, because I sat there and made that item in my mind so much bigger and better than it was, and it wasn't. So that's the takeaway here. So thank you again for watching. Thank you, Carrie and B, for hosting. Like I said, everybody's in the description box below. Go check out, go get inspired, because you know what? Your health is important. It is. I wanted to, live my life. Both my parents died young. I didn't want that to be my legacy. And honestly, I don't think I mentioned this, but I'll say it real quick. I was diagnosed with sleep apnea back in 2016 at my heaviest. And my doctor told me if I didn't get help, I would have, with my results, I had 99 episodes an hour, that I would have been dead in 6 months. So I'm here when I'm probably not supposed to be. So I'm living the life that I almost didn't have. And it's priceless. And you can't put money on that. You can't put money on being somewhere when somebody tells you could have been dead. So yeah, that's quite a reason to join Weight Watchers and get that weight off. It absolutely is. So I'm living proof that losing weight made my sleep apnea get better, got rid of my reflux, and my arthritis in my back I haven't had an injection in years. Why? Because I lost weight. simple fix in a way. I don't take any medications anymore. Why? Because I lost weight. Doctors will always tell you that, oh, it's your weight, it's your weight. Yeah, you know, sometimes it's not, but sometimes it is. And I was always a person like, yeah, they always blame your weight, which they do. They look at you when you see that you're morbidly obese, and they automatically say, well, if you lose weight. And honestly, I could sit there and say they were 100% right, because that's all I did, and it cured pretty much everything. So yeah, kept me out of the OR. So there you go. So that is it today. I talked on way too long. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love to have you as part of the Dish With Dee community. There's a subscribe button and notification bell. Let you know when I upload and when I go live. Because like I said, I go live a lot. And these are fun chats. You want to be part of that because it will definitely help your journey. I promise you that. Have a great day and go check out the other ladies. Is name is there a gentleman in this? I don't know. Go check out the other channels. Bye-bye, folks.